Have you ever wondered what it would be like to travel into the future? Well, meet Jake, a graphic designer by day and a sci-fi enthusiast by night. Jake always had a knack for dreaming big, especially when it came to visions of the future. One day, at a seemingly ordinary garage sale, he stumbled upon an object that was anything but ordinary. A mysterious device labeled time machine. Sounds crazy, right? But Jake's curiosity was piqued. He had always dreamt of stepping into the future, and now it seemed like he had the chance at his fingertips. So he took a deep breath, turned the dial on the device, and braced himself. The world around him started to blur and warp, and before he knew it, he was catapulted into an unknown era. Little did he know, his life was about to change forever. Imagine landing in a world beyond your wildest dreams. That's exactly what Jake experienced when he first set foot in the year 3906. As he stepped out, he was met with a panorama of futuristic marvels. Cities floated in the sky, defying gravity, while cars zipped through the air with ease. The architecture was a harmonious blend of technology and nature, with buildings that seemed more organic than constructed. But what truly caught Jake's eye were the robots. They were everywhere, mingling with humans in a way that felt natural and familiar. These weren't the cold, mechanical automatons we think of. No, these robots exhibited emotions, engaging with humans as if they were old friends. They laughed, they empathized, they even seemed to understand the nuances of human interaction. Jake was astounded, and quickly started recording every detail in his diary. This was just his first impression of 3906, and he couldn't wait to discover what else this future held. In 3906, society has evolved in ways we can barely grasp today. Gone are the days of hunger and war. Instead, we find a utopia where the basic needs of every individual are met, and peace is not just a dream, but a living reality. This future society has managed to crack the code of environmental conservation. They've turned cities into harmonious symphonies of urban and natural living, with skyscrapers and greenery existing side by side. Energy sources are entirely renewable, with the sun, wind, and water powering this advanced civilization. But what truly stands out is the palpable sense of contentment in the air. The people of 3906 live a life free from the stress that so often defines our own. They've managed to balance technological advancement with human well-being, creating a society that's not just thriving, but also genuinely happy. Jake noted how everyone seemed genuinely happy, a stark contrast to the often stressful vibes of our time. Jake was particularly fascinated by the technological advances of 3906. One of the standout marvels was the neural sync device. Imagine having the ability to download skills directly into your brain. You could pick up guitar and strum out a melody in mere seconds, or master a new language in a minute. The boundaries of learning and knowledge acquisition as we know it completely shattered. Then there was healthcare. It was no longer about treating symptoms or managing diseases. With the advent of nanotechnology, illnesses were cured before they could even manifest symptoms. Tiny intelligent machines were working round the clock inside the human body, ensuring optimal health at all times. It was a world where technology didn't just make life convenient, it revolutionized the very fabric of human existence. The future was not about incremental progress, it was about quantum leaps and bounds. It's like every day is a leap into what we'd consider miracles. One of the highlights for Jake was interacting with the locals. Their curiosity was palpable as they gathered around him, their eyes wide with intrigue. They had heard stories of the 21st century, of course, but meeting someone from that era was like meeting a character from a fairy tale. They peppered him with questions about our world, smartphones, fast food, even the concept of physical money, all of which were relics in their time. In return, the future citizens shared about their lives, their culture, and their hopes for the future. They spoke of their daily routines, their hobbies, their dreams, and their fears. They talked about their favorite pastimes, the books they loved, the music that moved them, and the art that provoked thought. This exchange was so enriching that Jake filled pages of his diary with direct quotes and reflections. He became a sort of cultural ambassador, bridging the gap between our time and theirs. After spending what seemed like a week in the future, Jake realized it was time to return. His heart throbbed with the rhythm of a clock winding down, a countdown to the moment he would leave this futuristic utopia. The experience had been extraordinary, but it was time to say goodbye. As he walked towards the time machine, a mix of emotions washed over him. Excitement to share his story, yes, but also a touch of melancholy. The future, with its flying cars, emotional robots, and harmonious society, was more than he had ever dared to dream. But he also knew, deep down, that he belonged in his own time. He belonged with the people who needed to hear his story the most. As he activated the time machine, he took one last look at the world of 3906, a world that had given him so much hope. He had a mission to tell the world what the future could hold. Back in his own time, Jake spent days transcribing his notes and reflecting on his extraordinary adventure. Each diary entry, a vivid snapshot of a world yet to come, was a testament to human potential and the wonders we could achieve. His words, when shared, became a beacon, illuminating a path to a future where harmony, happiness, and technological marvels were the norm, not the exception. The descriptions of peace, prosperity, and advanced technology sparked a flurry of debates worldwide. People began questioning our current societal trajectory, comparing it with the utopia Jake described. The dialogue was passionate, as people grappled with the gap between our present and this potential future. Jake's journey had become more than a personal adventure. It stirred a collective consciousness, prompting us to envision a better world and challenging us to make it a reality. What does this mean for us? It's a glimpse into what might be possible, a call to action to steer our present towards a better future.